Hello everybody, take a look at the newest knife coming out of Quartermaster. This one is the very first knife that is a part of the Q collection. And so the Q collection is of course something they started last year, whereas members of the Q collection, which is limited to 300, have been making payments towards a series of 3 knives that are going to be exclusive to that group. This particular one right here is the very first release, and it just arrived today in the mail. The official designation of this one, this is the QC1. As far as I know, it doesn't have a name to the model, just the number, QC1. But of course, this arrived today. They were just shipped out last week or this week. So this one right here, before I even show the knife off, of course, just a generic Quartermaster box. Also included a couple of these cool Quartermaster Band-Aids that are included. So that's a nice little touch. So the card, of course, and the baggie. The knife itself, though, take a look at it, and they have 3 designs coming out, and all 3 designs are known, but it was unknown which order they would come out in. So this particular one, the QC1, is the first release, and what was kind of a surprise is that it has the black stonewash Texas T handle, and it is, of course, a full titanium frame lock in there. And the blade itself is a stonewash finish. So you can see the shape of that blade, very nice to look at. And the marking on the blade on this side, of course, advertises that it is a Qcollection knife. So the overall dimensions of the knife, the overall length is 9 inches long. The handle, when closed, it's about 5.5 inches. And the blade itself from tip to scale is about 3 3/4 inches. And now, of course, you'll notice there is a choil here that's unsharpened. So the sharpened edge is about 3 1/4 inch. And so those are the dimensions of this knife. And so it is a slightly longer knife in hand. And I think all 3 of the models that they're offering for the Q collection are larger knives. So this is a really pleasant surprise, because when I first saw all 3 designs, this is the one I wanted the most. And it was really a secret up until maybe last week or so as to which one would be released first. And so this was announced, and I was super happy. And I also am very happy with the pattern, which is, of course, the different color, scale, and blade. It makes a very nice contrast. And so that black stonewash finish, very nicely done. It's going to hide a lot of wear on the knife. And I do like that the backside is completely smooth. They put the lock bar cutout on the inside, which I like. And of course the pocket clip is also very unique, because of course it is on the back of the knife. And so that in that way it really is kind of ambidextrous. And on the back side, of course, you will see the model number or the serial number. And so I am number 84, so all 3 of the knives I received for the Q collection will also be 84. So it's kind of like a matching set. And the Q collection is just one of those things they're doing for their die-hard fans. So it included this little little napkin, or what is it called, a handkerchief right here as well. This was delivered earlier, as was this carrying case that went with it. And now this is a nice Pelican case that Quartermaster had made, and all the foam cutouts are designed to fit all 3 of the Q collection knives. So this one seems to fit just fine right in the first slot right there. So you can see there's a big one coming, and then a slightly smaller one about the same size, seems comparable to this one, also on its way. So that might be a telltale sign of the dimensions of the upcoming knives. Even though we can see them in pictures, it's always hard to imagine them in person until you see the actual dimensions. So a really cool Pelican case for the collection, and that was just another part of making the payments as part of this collection club. So of course the knife itself, I mean, the action, as you would expect, I mean, it's perfection. I mean, nothing wrong with it. You can see the lockup right there on the frame lock. It is right where it needs to be. There is an insert in the lock bar, which I don't know if you can see, but there is an insert in there, and you can see it is removable. Check out the centering. Centering, I think, is pretty good. There you go. But again, flips very well. Came razor sharp out of the box, and of course this is just an opening the box on camera type of deal. I have not really used this for anything yet because it is brand new, but I do intend on carrying it. It is just such a nice blade. Very happy to finally receive the first of the 3. Honestly, the handle, I love the shape of it, how it's very contoured. It reminds me very much of the Spicoli. And of course, the Spicoli I have also is the black stonewash, the Texas T frame lock. So it is reminiscent of that for that reason as well. You'll see the flipper tab right there has some jimping on there. And again, it's very easy to flip. This is perfection in action. I have no issues with it so far. I mean, the blade just falls freely. So of course it runs on those bearings. But again, great knife right here. I'm kind of just showing it off right now because of course I don't know long-term impressions of it, but it is a gorgeous design. And so this is a nice knife, and it's almost a shame that there are only going to be 300 of these out there. So if you do want one and you didn't get in on the Q Collection Club, I would check the aftermarket, used forums. So go on Blade forums, go on the different knife sites where things end up on sale, because you might have people who join the club, maybe had some buyer's remorse, or maybe this isn't their favorite style, and they might end up selling them. I would expect to pay a good amount of money because, of course, their exclusivity, because they're not going to make any more of these in any style. So this was it. And again, that's part of the appeal of becoming part of next year's Q collection. You get an exclusive series of knives. So really cool idea. It would be neat to see other manufacturers kind of go down this same route where you can secure your spot and you're guaranteed the knife later on. So neat type of production, and it's cool that we get something unique to ourselves. But again, if you have any questions about the knife, feel free to let me know. I'll answer them the best I can. The only stat I'm not really sure about the knife right now is the weight, because I don't have a scale. So maybe I can update that when I get access to one. But again, thank you for watching, and have a great day.